All right, today we're diving headfirst into a really unique way of looking at national security. We're going to explore this idea of international alliances and military spending not as some grand strategy, but as a kind of high-stakes, premium subscription service.
So let's just start with this big question. I mean, we're usually taught that security is something a nation builds, right? It's a fundamental right. But what if that whole idea is kind of outdated? What if today, security is just another thing you click Add to Cart on? And that brings us to this core concept, the Cloud Defense Service. Yeah, you heard that right. Forget about old school treaties. Think of it like a software subscription. If you miss a payment, it's not like you lose a few features, your entire firewall just collapses. Survival, quite literally, becomes a pay-to-play game.
So here's how we're going to break this down. First, we'll look at what it means to have the platinum subscription to security. Then we'll get into the performance art of paying for it. After that, we'll see how allies get sorted into different classes, trace where all the money goes, and finally we'll ask what expensive illusion this whole thing actually buys.
Okay, let's jump right in. We're reframing security here. It's not a right, it's an exclusive, premium service. And trust me, this is not your basic plan. This is the platinum tier.
You see, in this world, the logic is totally flipped on its head. Getting a massive bill for your own defense isn't a bad thing. It's a badge of honor. It means that somewhere out there, on some giant geopolitical spreadsheet, you've been flagged. You have high extractable value. Honestly, if you're not getting billed, you're not even in the game. You're the one getting left on red.
And this all boils down to this one wild idea. Being charged is being cared for. It's the ultimate transactional relationship. The invoice itself is the proof that someone cares. It's a pretty strange love language where the bigger the bill, the more you supposedly matter. So, if security is this premium service, how do you pay up? Well, it's not just with cold hard cash. Oh no. The payment itself is a brand performance, an artistic gesture where the symbolism is everything.
And this slide just lays it out perfectly. Take buying old, retired warships. The official reason is, enhancing defense resilience. But the artistic interpretation? It's like buying a ridiculously expensive vintage car. It's not about the performance, it's your high-end club membership fee. Or what about buying thousands of tiny little drones? Sure, they might be totally useless in a real fight, but get this, their uselessness is the entire point.
3 seconds. Just let that sink in. 3 seconds. In a world of billion-dollar military tech, what on earth could that possibly refer to? Well, it's the potential lifespan of one of those little drones in an actual conflict, and that's exactly why you buy it. Being willing to spend a fortune on something so incredibly fleeting, that's not a mistake. It's the ultimate display of commitment. It's not about weapons, it's about showing pure, unshakable faith in your security provider.
Now, this whole performance of payment, it creates a really fascinating class system among allies. In this framework, there are basically only 2 types of partners you can be.
First, you've got your human shield allies. These are the nations with actual troops on the ground serving as, well, tangible, physical collateral. But then there's a higher tier, a more abstract, more sophisticated partner, the automatic teller machine. This ally doesn't need soldiers, they just need a flawless payment history.
And this quote just sums it up perfectly. It's not seen as a downgrade, it's an elegant evolution. When you can no longer be the physical shield, you gracefully step into your new role as a cash dispenser. No boots on the ground required, just a very healthy bank account.
So all this money for this grand performance, where does it actually come from? Let's follow the money for a second and see how this very unique economic model works.
The fuel for this whole artistic project is a special military budget of a staggering size, $1.25 trillion. It's a number so huge it almost doesn't feel real. But believe me, it is. But here's the kicker. It's not just the amount, it's the journey this money takes. It's presented as a kind of reverse economic miracle. You start with funds from public services, think childcare, food stipends. Then that money gets repackaged, relabeled as strategic lubricant, and then, through a process called precision irrigation, it's injected directly into the bank accounts of multinational defense contractors.
And that brings us to the final act. After the platinum subscription is paid, after the performance art is staged, and after the public's money is irrigated, what's the actual product? What did we actually buy?
So what does the receipt for $1.25 trillion actually say? It's not for a bunch of fancy weapons. it's not for an ironclad guarantee. No, the purchase is for something else entirely.
The final purchase isn't hardware at all. It's a collection of really powerful illusions. It's the feeling that someone's watching over you. It's the comforting thought that you have a future. It's the sense that you have a place in the world. And maybe most importantly, it's the illusion of being highly valued by your protector.
And that's the absolute heart of it. The whole elaborate, incredibly expensive system isn't designed to deliver actual, tangible safety. It's designed to manufacture and sell the feeling of safety. It's a psychological product, not a military one.
And we'll end on this one last, really provocative thought, that the real job of the protection fee is to act like a national sleeping pill. It isn't a shield against an enemy on the outside, but a shield against a terrifying realization on the inside. It's a very, very expensive way to buy peace of mind, whether that peace is real or not.